Hello and welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel once a week. It chooses the horror film and they discuss it. Today we're talking about 1994's Leprechaun 2, which was directed by Rodman Flender. I'm your co-host Alec.
And I'm Eric.
And happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, happy St. Pat. If we weren't Irish, I would say that was highly offensive, but we were okay, I think.
I know, I'm like 15%.
Listen, Notre Dame as the Fighting Irish mascot, we can get away with anything. Come on, grow
Yeah.
up, Pinocchio.
Hey, and also Warwick Davis is an Irish and he's playing a leprechaun. Just saying.
Is that culturally appropriate? Not today.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So, we covered the first one a long time ago, like 3 years ago. And, these
This is a
movies.
fall from grace, this one. Ooh. I mean, you feel it.
Yeah, like I was, saying to you, I was like, I think this is the shortest movie we've ever done. Like, just like a film, not like a mini series or, episodic or anything like that, like a film.
Why do you think that is? Did they cut stuff out?
No, because I think it's just a piece of shit. And they just.
No, I want to know the stuff that didn't make it because it's not good enough. That's what I want to see.
It's okay, so it's 85 minutes long. So yeah, that's an hour and 25 minutes. Okay. And that's including credits. But
Oh,
yeah, I mean, listen, this is the second one to go to theaters. It's the second one in the series, obviously. There's a lot more that follow. It came out not even a year after the first one.
yeah. Let me do my stats. We were
All
at
right,
the top
yeah.
top of the podcast. We'll do some stats. Leprechaun 1, starring Jennifer Aniston. I mean, big deal. Her debut movie, January 8th, 1993. It's an hour 32 minutes long. 31% Rotten Critic score. 33% Rotten Tomato audience score. Its budget was $1 million and it made $9 million. So it did very well for what it was. Like you said, Alec, like a year pretty much. April 8th, 1994, a year and a few months. They pushed out Leprechaun 2, pushed it out. Hour 25, like you said, 6% on Rotten Tomato critics, 29% Rotten Tomato audience. So the audience is loyal. And the budget was like half a million more than the first one. So it was a budget of 1.5 million and only made 2.3 million. So the executives say, all right, we're very lucky we made money back. We're done. We're done with Leprechaun.
Wait, what was the audience score?
So audience score is 29%.
That's horrible, dude. That's
Well, the Rotten audience for Leprechaun 1 was 33, so you're talking a difference of 4%.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
But the critics score like 31% for the first one. I mean, it's not a Scorsese film. It's a Leprechaun movie.
So basically, by this math, if you meet 10 people, three of them are really gonna like this movie.
I mean, I like it. I mean, I don't like this one that much. Leprechaun 1, I do enjoy.
Yeah, this one was pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie, I watched this one like 5 days ago, so I'm gonna have trouble recollecting.
It's hard.
But here's the thing, this movie was basically scrubbed from my mind minutes after I ended it. I was just like, God fucking damn.
What was your initial takeaway after you finished it?
I mean, it's like an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode that's just really long and I don't know, not good. But you know what? There's one thing that I was thinking of this whole time though, and I'm kind of curious to see your thoughts. Dude, I don't think that this is the same Leprechaun as the first movie. I think that there's more than one Leprechaun, and this is a different one.
That's the fantastic theory. I did not even think of that, but I was questioning, like, wait, how does he? So is the first one after this because he was trapped for 1,000 years? And
Right. Okay. Yeah. So there's that too. It could be that this is a prequel, but I don't think so. And here's why. The way the first movie ends, the leprechauns like put a curse on, he's still in like Montana or North Dakota or whatever. And you're like, okay, and that's over. This one starts off with a flashback to 1,000 years ago. Okay. So let's just say it's the year 1000. He then says, on my 1,000th birthday, which is that day, I can get a bride or whatever. So that means, first of all, that means that he was around when Jesus was around. But anyways,
well, no, it was 900 AD, so it was like the year 900 in Ireland.
but he said on his 1,000th birthday, which was that day. That's why he could get the bride. So
Oh, so he was 100 BC then, technically.
I guess, so he was like around when Jesus was around, which anyways. So yeah, so that's the thing. So in the first one, he says he's 600 years old, and in this one, he would be 2,000 years old. So I think they're different leprechauns.
So like the Oompa Loompa approach from Willy Wonka, where they all look the same.
Well, Eric, that's kind of racist, but
I mean, yeah,
all
it's
leprechauns look alike. Is that what you're saying?
No, all Baloopas look alike. And now
Okay.
I'm also making the comparison because they're small, and now I feel like an asshole. So
No, but I mean, I don't know why. I mean, I'm sure there's no basis in this, and there's no the creators were not thinking about that at all. But there's that's it's a plot hole in this one where they say that he's 2,000 years old when the last one he was 600 years old. So boom. Anyways, different Leprechaun. Just saying. Because what happened, dude? In the first one, there's no continuation from the first one. He's in Los Angeles now.
yeah, it's definitely a different Leprechaun at this point, which is I don't know. I'm kind of confused as well, but I would have to agree with your theory. You have to look at it as this is a leprechaun. They look alike, but it's a different leprechaun.
Yeah.
Also, the makeup was a little different. I think in the first one he was more orange, and in this one he was more green. And that's just something I noticed.
Hey, that's a $500,000 budget, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I thought it was that was the best part is his costume.
Well, I did read that Warwick Davis said that this was his least favorite one filming, and he said that somehow, even though it had more money, it felt like they had less. And they asked him why he did it, and he said the paycheck. So, dude, I mean, he's doing well from these movies. I'm gonna guess. I'm just gonna throw a guess. I'm gonna say he got $100,000 per movie.
I say that's a safe bet. Yes, at
Yeah.
least.
Because he's the only name that's carried over. He's like, Warwick Davis, and then nobody else has, done anything. But
Plus, he this isn't his first thing. He was an Ewok.
he was in Willow, dude. He
I
was
know.
in Willow.
Was he in Willow before Leprechaun? Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Wait. Do not look this up. Do not look this up. I want an answer immediately. How old do you think Warwick Davis is in this movie?
In this movie, I
Yeah.
would say 24.
Oh, fuck you. You looked it up.
I didn't
But
look it up. I didn't
yeah,
look it up.
all right. Anyways, so that blew my mind that I'm like, he's 10 years younger than us in this movie. Like,
Yeah.
he does a good job, dude. He makes me think that he's like, an old man. He really does. He pulls it off.
Yeah.
So Warwick Davis always in my mind, without him, I would fucking, oh my God, these movies. So he's the only thing that's good about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into the plot a little bit. Why don't you start us off?
Jeez. Like you said, he comes back after 1,000-year curse to find his bride, who is Siobhan, what's her name? Duncan or something?
Sure.
Terrible actress, very, very attractive. And you tell that's what they were going for. The Jennifer Aniston, like very good looking damsel in distress. What else? The plot, though, like I can't even walk you through it. It's like, can you do it? I can't even do it. It's crazy.
All right, all right. It starts off, yeah, it takes place in the year 1000 AD. And basically, the leprechaun has a slave. Okay, so he has this guy that's just like, he's like, he has to call him master and stuff. And he's like, it's my 1,000th birthday, so now I'm gonna get a bride or whatever. He finds a woman, and it ends up being his slave's daughter. So, the guy's like, I'm not gonna let you take my daughter. So the curse is if a girl sneezes 3 times, then he gets his bride or whatever, which is like insane. But if somebody says, God bless you, then that means that the leprechaun can't take him. So the only thing that, because I think saying bless you after sneezing is stupid, but if this is where it originated from, like, oh, leprechaun will make you his
But
bride.
yeah, I think that's exactly where it came from. Like you're gonna get your soul has a moment where it could get possessed.
Okay, I've never heard that, but whatever. Now this makes me think, okay, okay, okay. But anyway, so then it cuts to present day. Oh no, I'm sorry. The leprechaun says, "Okay, fine. I can't have my bride. I have to wait another 1,000 years." So he's like, "All right, hands, back to work." But he's like, "I can't get married for another 1,000 years. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a curse on your family. So eventually, I'm gonna get somebody in your family." Which is kind of like a whatever curse because the guy's gonna be dead anyways, and it doesn't matter. 1,000 years from now, and it does this kind of like funny little intro where it's showing all the credits, where it shows a map of like she was in on the Titanic and she came like the lineage of this family or whatever. Which whatever, that's fine.
It was done. That did pretty well. It was
Yeah.
okay. It was okay.
It was cool to see like okay, like this family emigrated over to America and now like the ancestor of that woman is the lead actress, the one you were just talking about who you find is very attractive. So anyway, so she's the modern girl.
I'm sorry. Did you not find her attractive? She was
I
very
did, I did, I
attractive.
did. I know. She was really hot. She was such a bad actress, but she was really hot. Anyways, cuts back to modern day Los Angeles, and you've got this kid, Cody, I think his name was, and then the lead girl, let's see what her name was.
So he was so 90s with the parted haircut and everything.
Oh, I was like, oh, this would have been such a good opportunity for Will Friedle, Eric from Boy Meets World. I would be like, that would have been better.
Yeah, very 90s. And
Yeah.
what is his like? His dad does like a hearse company or like a what
Okay,
is it?
so
His uncle.
his uncle Morty is this just like scumbag. Like,
Yeah.
just a piece of shit. Like, yeah, he's a con artist, alcoholic, gambler, just like,
His name's Morty, right? It's like Rick and Morty, but like he's like Rick.
it kind of is. He really is. He's like Rick. Like he's just a drunk fucking scumbag. And he's got his little nephew who's kind of like Morty, and it's like Cody. But yeah, so anyway, so Cody and Bridget are the two leads, and then Morty, who's this uncle who just is around or whatever. Yeah, so they're trying to con these people. Oh, and I love this. They have this cameo in the beginning from Clint Howard. That's Ron Howard's brother, the tourist who's like, I don't know about this. That guy,
Yeah.
that's Ron Howard's
I
brother.
didn't even know that. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Anyway, so and then that's Lucy from Twin Peaks. So I was like, wow, okay, they're
Oh,
pulling out some 90s cameos here. Anyway, so then they yeah, they're doing some like tour in LA that they drive around, they show like haunted places in LA or whatever, but it's in a hearse and it's stupid. But it did really quick remind me. When I was in between jobs out here, I found a place called Weed Bus. And what it was is they take you around LA to like famous spots from like the movie Friday or like, weed movies that were filmed in LA. And on the bus, you do trivia and you smoke weed on the bus and you take them to dispensaries. And like, I would have been asking them trivia questions and giving out free weed and stuff. So these things are pretty popular in LA, like the Star Tours and the weed buses and like, you know.
the murder tours where you like go outside OJ Simpson's house. Like this is where it happened or didn't happen.
I promise you something like this exists out here. I
Like a
promise you.
murder tour.
Yeah, like the Black
It's like this is
Dahlia.
where OJ Simpson, like in quotations, like
I'm dead serious. I guarantee you something like that exists out here.
yeah, 100% does.
Yeah. Joe and I have gone to a thing called something Darkness or Epic of Darkness or something like that, and that's in Hollywood. And there's so much horror stuff out here. It's pretty cool. But anyways, so yeah, they're in LA, they're doing this thing. Okay, so I mean the movie's just stupid. Basically, the leprechaun is trying to, get the bride, so he's just trying to get Bridget and
Bridget, and she's dating Cody, who has to take over for his uncle, so he has to cancel the date or whatever, right?
yeah. And then basically Bridget is all mad at Cody because he's like, hey, listen, I have to work. Like, I need money. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I need to work right now. I know my uncle's an asshole, but like I need money. And she's like, nope, I don't care. I'm gonna go like flirt with this other guy at the go-kart race or whatever, which that go-kart track looked so dangerous. There was no rails
Yeah,
anywhere.
yeah.
Anyways, this is the 90s. Nobody cared. Yeah, so Cody, oh, I love, dude, whoever that actor is who plays the guy that she's hitting on instead of to like make Cody jealous and goes home with him or whatever.
Where do they find that guy?
He reminded me of such like what's up, Cody? How you doing, dude? He's like,
Yeah,
wait, but I took you out for corn dogs. What are you talking about? I'm not gonna get laid. Like he was like, what
I
was
mean,
his
yeah.
name?
I think it was Ian or something. I'm looking it up
Ian,
now. Yeah,
yeah, Ian. He's like, hey.
I'm
Uh,
in.
Yeah, so like Bridget is just trying to make Cody jealous. So Ian thinks he's getting laid, he doesn't. And then all of a sudden the leprechaun uses his little magic on him.
Which I want to say that's technically not new, but the way he does it with like visuals is new. Because in the first one, it's mostly like his voice changes, like a little girl asking for help, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is the first time we've seen him actually like do visual things or like telekinesis, right?
I mean, I think so.
Unless I'm wrong. But like for example, when Bridget is like, first of all, that was a body double and a half. They like
Oh
two
yeah.
different skin tones completely.
Yeah, yeah.
But when she's like stripping down and it turns into like chainsaws or whatever,
Well, explain what's going on in case somebody hasn't seen it.
she's like trying to seduce him, right? But it's the leprechaun playing with his mind. And it's literally her. He's about to like grab her boobs or something, and then like all of a sudden it turned into spinning chainsaws or something.
Yeah, so Bridget goes inside because she's like, no, I don't want to have sex with you. And then, yeah, you see like a vision of Bridget with her boobs out, and Ian's like, Bridget, is that you?
You just said you didn't want to though, but now you want to.
I knew you like corn dogs. And he walks in because here's the thing, like, yeah, there's two lawnmower. Why do they have two? But there's two lawnmowers.
There's two boobs, Alec. There's two boobs.
No, I know, but why do they have two? Sure. But anyways, this family owns two lawnmowers. So the lawnmowers then get flipped up enough so a guy's face can get put into it, okay? It's not like he's doing it on the ground. So how did the leprechaun get the fucking things up there? And then also, how did Bridget not hear two things getting turned on? Anyways, it
Or
doesn't
him
make
screaming for
yeah.
his life.
So anyway, so yeah, he puts his face, he thinks he's putting it into Bridget's boobs, but he's putting it into the blades of the thing. We don't get to see it because of course. And yeah, so then Cody comes back, he's just like, you're my girlfriend. She's like, okay, that's fine. So then they just go off on a little adventure. Oh no, no, no. Then the leprechaun attacks again. Dude, okay.
There's so much.
I laughed so fucking hard at this part, dude. After Ian's dead, Cody comes back to Bridget and they steal the coin or whatever from his gold, so he can't use his magic fully without all of his gold, the leprechaun. But dude, there's a scene where he's going to like Cody's like, I'll go fight him or whatever, and he walks over and the like whole pots and pans thing from the ceiling just falls and hits his
Yeah.
head, dude. I had to rewind it like 3 times.
I gotta rewatch that scene. That was pretty funny. Yeah.
That was so good, dude. It was so fucking funny just seeing a huge thing. He's like, she's like, oh, like he's dead. He's fucking dead. But of course he's not. Yeah, so then Bridget gets captured. So I guess the leprechaun can take her, but he can't,
Marry her, or yeah.
yeah, or something. The rules are really weird. So he brings her to his underground lair, which is I can't remember where it is. It's somewhere very specific though. It's like
Again, it's like a tree, right?
yeah, but he's like, it's up at like Griffith Park, or it was like some specific place in LA where it was, but I can't remember where. Because some homeless guy was like, the leprechaun stole my tooth. Yeah, because the leprechaun steals a homeless man's gold tooth when he gets resurrected magically from for no reason.
Oh, and that's where Cody is like, no, he's telling the truth because Cody was in jail too.
Right, 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 right. So we find out the leprechaun, we know where he's keeping Bridget or whatever. Cody escapes, gets with Morty, and he's like, we got to get the leprechaun, we got to get him out. Meanwhile, the leprechaun's coming out trying to get that last gold coin that Cody has because he can't do anything without it. Dude, the scene though with Bridget and the leprechaun in his little lair or whatever, pretty Me Too-y, rapey.
Oh, yeah. And like he's like, let me fix you a drink. And like goes to his like chemistry lab. It's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, he like ties her up and he's just like licking her and stuff, like drooling all over. You're like, okay, okay, leprechaun.
That was, yeah, very me too. What does it remind? It reminds me of so much, but the
Yeah,
licking reminded me of a certain scene. I don't know.
it's like Friday the 13th with the
Yeah, oh,
tongue,
Freddy Krueger tongue licking
or
thing. Yeah,
Nightmare on Elm Street. That's what
that's
I
what I
mean.
meant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's that kind of shit. Just gross. But yeah. So Leprechaun goes on kind of like a killing spree. Everybody's falling for it, dying. I'm trying to remember some of the deaths, but then Cody and Morty they do. Oh yeah, we figure out that the Leprechaun can get affected by some kind wrought iron.
Cast iron. Or yeah, raw iron. Yeah.
And why is like, dude, that seems like the easiest fucking thing to get to kill him.
Oh, just get a fire poker. That's boom,
Yeah,
done.
it's so easy. It's like, guys, he's 3 feet tall. There's multiple of you. Just smash him in the head with the fire poke. So, anyways, they find out that the wrought iron like burns him. So they get a safe that's made out of wrought iron and they put him in the safe and they're like, okay, this is all gonna work out. Like, great, they figured it out. And then Morty just becomes like, I don't know, the greediest guy in the world. And he's like, you're gonna give me 3 wishes. And he locks Cody in a room and forces the leprechaun to give him wishes. But the wishes are like the Twilight Zone. They're not real wishes. There's like asterisks next to every wish.
And he like wishes like he had like something inside of him or something, but like the pot of gold shows up, but it's like a baby inside of him,
He's like, I
right?
want your pot of gold. So he gives him the gold, but he gives it to him in his stomach. And then he wishes for him to get out of the safe so that he can use his third wish to get the gold out of his stomach, which kills him.
Yeah, it's like you want it out of your stomach, let's cut it out of your stomach. It's like you gotta work on your phrasing with leprechauns. They're very
Of
really
course.
sneaky.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like genies and all that, and the monkey paw, all that stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like somebody's like, I want to be the president of a country, and then they make you Hitler. It's like,
One thing before Morty dies is he challenges the leprechaun to a drinking contest,
oh my God.
which I thought was really funny because it's like who would win in a drinking contest, a leprechaun or like the biggest drunk in LA?
I mean,
It was funny. It was fun. I mean, the leprechaun's what, 80 pounds?
yeah, but are leprechauns like notorious drinkers? I've never heard that.
I mean, they're Irish, right? Like,
That
doesn't
doesn't
that
mean anything.
mean something? It means something. They got it in them.
People in Mexico drink a shit ton of tequila, and the chupacabra's not like a notorious tequila
Well, the
drinker. Like,
chupacabra is like an animal. Like this is like a
he
leprechaun.
looks like the chupacabra, but all right. So, anyways, okay, yeah, that scene was insane. They're like, let's challenge him to a drink off. And yeah, he chugs a whole bottle of whiskey, fucking Animal House style. Here's the other thing. Yeah, I used to drink a lot, and I don't remember coffee specifically helping hangovers, you know? And that's the first thing he does.
That's a thing in movies in general. the coffee like shakes your hangover, but really I always found it makes it worse because
It
it just
does.
it just makes your stomach worse and yeah.
Hey, you're right though. Every movie is just like give him a cup of coffee or like, the guy's drunk, get him a cup of coffee.
Well, at the end of a wedding, they usually give out coffee too because it's like it helps you sober up, I guess.
But does it? Is it just the caffeine?
It wakes you up, so it like
Yeah.
sobers you up, I guess.
It would give me horrible heartburn
Yeah.
on top of having heartburn and then also like yeah, jittery, like
Yeah, if you have like crippling anxiety, you're like way bad. Like, yeah, no, definitely not.
yeah. Yeah, I go with Pedialyte. But anyways, but yeah, the scene at the coffee shop was pretty good actually. I'm not gonna lie. You recognize that actor?
Who was that?
That's a watch
Yes.
what I can do
Oh my God, I knew it was him. I just he looks so different though. Stewart from
from Mad TV.
he looked so young.
He's also Big John in Halloween Kills.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that so he has a horror thing going. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Interesting.
But anyway, so yeah, so I love that scene. He's just this like sassy espresso bar like guy, and the leprechaun's just like not leaving, and he kills him by burning his face on the steamer. And I was like, that's okay. That kill was good. I'll give him that.
That was one of the best. That probably was the best kill. Yeah.
Probably was, yeah. All right, then moving on. Yeah, Morty's dead. The leprechaun is back at his lair. Cody knows where the lair is, and he's got the coin, and he goes to basically fight him. And then we get the lamest skeleton scene fight I've ever seen in my life.
Absolutely. Are You Afraid of the Dark level Nickelodeon budget? Yeah, it was bad.
Dude, that was like Scary Movie 2, where it's just like, that's a fucking skeleton, Cindy. And he like takes its head off. Like it was like that.
It was pretty bad. Yeah.
And then I laughed so hard too when the leprechaun's like, get him, get him. He's like, I'm trying, master. It was just like so bad, dude. I couldn't. I'm like, why is the leprechaun attacking him while the skeleton's attacking him? I don't know, dude. I was dying. I was dying.
But all, like the ending and like that was crazy, and like he beats the skeleton, and then they try to run away, but like they get stuck in this layer. Whenever they try to leave, they just end up back where they started. It's like a maze, and like the
Yeah.
way they shot that, it's like they did it once, and it's like okay, we get it, they can't leave, and then they did it like three more times. I'm like, we get it, they can't leave.
Yeah.
Well, let's go this way.
Yeah.
Let's go that way. It's like, and they just kept the camera there. Remember?
Yeah. They're padding the runtime of a movie that
It's
has
so bad.
no runtime. Yeah.
But then we get the twist, Alec. We get to the twist.
I don't
Which
remember.
can I do this?
Yeah, please. I can't even remember it.
So Cody is asked, "Give me the coin or I'll kill her," pretty much.
Yeah.
And what does Cody do? He gives the leprechaun the coin.
Okay.
However,
Oh,
it's a chocolate coin.
that's right.
That's the big twist.
Okay. We got to explain how he got the chocolate coin, though, dude.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
So earlier at the bar, at the scene where everybody's getting shit faced, he goes into the bathroom and randomly, the little person from Bad Santa and Me, Myself, and Irene, he had a big career. He just walks in there and he's just like, candy? And he gives it to him. He was acting so bizarre.
Yeah, the thing is like, what's the leprechaun up to? But it had nothing to do with the leprechaun. I thought that was like one of his visions, you know? It wasn't.
No, this guy who's also dressed up as a leprechaun goes in, gives him a fake gold coin candy, and then we never see it or hear about it again, and we never see that character again. And then at the end, he gives him the candy.
And there's absolutely angel dust in that chocolate, no doubt. Like you don't eat that chocolate, Cody. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, here's the other thing, really quick, just way back in the movie. Remember how when the leprechaun's trying to get Bridget at the beginning, like the first time they basically see the leprechaun, right after he kills Ian, he's just like makes her sneeze 3 times. But then Cody says, "Bless you, dude," right?
yeah, but then he just starts it over again. He's like, stop doing that, lad, or whatever.
I could have swore, dude, that on the right before the third sneeze, he was like, "Bless you," and then it still worked, and I was like, "All right, wait,
Yeah, the
okay."
rules were very, very flexible, I
So maybe
think.
I missed that, but all right, anyways. But then here's the thing. I don't even remember how he dies. How does the leprechaun die in this? I just know that he's about to blow and they run away, but
He hits him
why?
with the wrought iron stake thing that he beat the
Oh,
skeleton with. And it
okay.
just like, do you remember what happens after he does that?
He just explodes, right?
He blows the fuck up, dude.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it was like the whoever the pyro guy was on is like, all right, we're gonna make this look really good. It was in YouTube it. How the Leprechaun 2 ending, trippiest, craziest shit I've ever seen. And the way the leprechaun blows up is like maybe we shouldn't have used that much dynamite. Like that was way too much.
Yeah, and then I just remember them walking out and the credits starting, and that's pretty much it.
Like they walk out and it's like they don't even say anything, right? They just get out and that's it.
And there's no like leprechaun laugh. Like the first one, I think ended with him being like, "Once I get my pot of gold, I'll be back for you," or something like that. This didn't have
I
anything.
thought they had something, didn't they?
It was just like, "I kissed the girl and I liked it," and then like the directed by. No, it was a. I don't think anything came up, dude. I don't. I think it was literally just like, "We did it," and they just walk out, and it's just directed by whatever. Oh, okay. You ready for this? The director, Rodman Flender. You ready for this?
What else did he do?
Guess who his nephew is?
Flender. I have no idea.
Timothee Chalamet.
Are you serious?
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Without this movie, there might not be a Timothee Chalamet.
That's how Hollywood works. Hollywood works in mysterious ways. And exactly, without Leprechaun 2, no Dune.
We might not have T Sham in Dune 2 right now because of nepotism in Hollywood. That
Yep.
might I don't know how he got into Hollywood, but now knowing this is interesting. I knew he had some connection already. I think his mom is like a casting director or something. But anyways, to know that his uncle directed Leprechaun 2, good for him. Good for him.
Wow. That's out of control.
I don't know if he has any other movies. His filmology, there's nothing here, so I don't know.
Yeah. I don't hate this movie. It is what it is. Sorry. And yeah, Warwick Davis, again, nicest celebrity I've ever met. I haven't met a ton of people, but he was super nice to me and my family in Disney World about like a decade ago. It was such a cool experience.
Yeah, he's the man. Life's Too Short's great. I mean, he is these movies, and I know they tried to do a couple reboots or whatever without him, and it's like, nope, 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 not gonna work.
Yeah, I mean, I think WWE bought the rights to Leprechaun, and they started
Yeah,
doing it because they had Hornswoggle, who's like a Leprechaun wrestler.
I know. I remember you saying that.
He's good, but it's
No,
like
no.
Warwick. It's Warwick or nothing.
Yeah, they just need to stop. Okay, now let me just ask you this, man. I'm sorry. You just watched Child's Play 2, and now you just watched Leprechauns 2. You still think that Child's Play series is not as good as this?
Child's Play 2 is better than Leprechaun 2. I'll say that much.
And you still think Child's Play 1 is not as good as Leprechaun 1? Hello?
Ah, they're so close. I'm just thinking they're so on par then. Yeah, but I just gotta roll with Leprechaun. Warwick Davis is my boy. I like it better.
Oh my God.
I mean, what's scarier? Is a leprechaun killing you scarier or a doll?
I
I'm
mean,
I'm not afraid of Chucky. I would kick the shit out of Chucky at like 10 years old even.
you'd kick the shit out of the Leprechaun too. The Leprechaun is not threatening, dude.
He's scary.
He looks threatening, but so does
The
Chucky.
way he walks all like
Ugh, I don't know, dude. I am these movies. And here's the thing: this movie had no business being in theaters, and from this point
they
forward,
learned. They
they're
learned.
like, no more, no more. We're done.
Yeah. They should be thanking their gods that they made their money back for this movie.
Yeah, yeah, seriously. So at some point, we'll continue this franchise at some point, but it's St. Patrick's Day.
Well, I was just gonna say 3 is in Las Vegas, 4 is space, I think. They go to space in the
Yes.
fourth
Yep.
one, and then it goes to the hood, which listen, buckle up. Those movies are a riot.
I really want to do those. I've heard those are actually good.
Back and then there's back to the hood.
Yeah, I want to do those. But what's funny too? We always say this about like so many franchises, like, oh, they went to the city. And in this one they do. Like if you look at the poster,
Well, it's not. It doesn't feel like a city though, but yeah, the poster feels like oh, it's Leprechaun in the city, right? The
yeah,
poster
yeah.
really has that feeling.
Yeah, the poster's actually not bad. But yeah, it's all in LA. I looked it up. They actually did film it all in LA, but dude, I've never seen because like the beginning takes place in Hollywood, and I'm like, that place is like so many tourists. The streets are flooded with people. There's an Elmo with like throw up on him, like Captain America with his mask. It's pandemonium there.
Yeah,
So like looking at it in this lens from 1994 and just being like, oh, it's a movie set. Like they were able to close the streets. Like it looks nice.
yeah, that's so wild to think about too. I wish Leprechaun 2 was in a 2 and it was just leprechauns, like plural. It's like a bunch of leprechauns, like fighting over the gold at the end.
I mean, I haven't seen any of the other ones, but I don't think they ever went down that route. I don't think they ever had multiple leprechauns, which that would have been interesting.
Give it a shot someday.
Yeah, yeah. But all right, yeah. This is a bad one.
I'm done talking about this movie.
This is so bad. All right, let's spin the wheel.
We shall pull it up. Give it time for the money. Like that's how the movie ends. I said, "How for the honey."
It's
Say, what
okay.
did I just watch? It did feel like a sci-fi movie, like a late night one of those. All right, ready? Spin in. What we got? Oh boy, Phantasm 4.
Hell yeah. Perfect. And I know this one. We actually are going to get Mike Valenti to come on. He has never seen any of the other ones, has no idea what's going on. So it's going to be fun.
I want him to walk through the plot. I want him to describe his favorite moment, his least favorite moment. It's gonna be a hoot.
I'm very excited, actually. Just like, for the movie, but also for that. So
He might start watching it and then be like, "I'm not watching this, guys. I'm sorry."
he has to.
He promised.
I'm paying him. He better.
You're paying him?
No, no. All right, all right. Well, everybody, thank you very much for listening into our discussion on Leprechaun 2. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and we will see you all next week with Phantasm 4.
Woo!